Hello folks, welcome back to our show. As previously mentioned, that in this segment we do have some business updates from the world, Southeast Asia, and of course right here from Indonesia. So let us begin from our nation. Now, the road to ASEAN Summit still proceeds until today, where we're proceeding to the third day of the ASEAN Finance Minister and Central Bank Governors Meeting Week. To know more of the latest developments, we're now connected with our news team, Andira Putri and Nico Arianto. Hi Andira, can you give us the latest update of the summit?
Yes, hi Carol. So on the third day of ASEAN Finance Ministers and Central Bank Governors Meeting Week, the energy transition continued to be the highlight. So earlier today, the Bank Indonesia Governor, Peri Warjio, attended a seminar where he mentioned that ASEAN need to have a clear framework regarding the implementation of climate transition. So on the same occasion, Bank Indonesia Governor stated that the global GDP could increase 11 to 14% when the world did not have a climate change. So it was really show that there is actually a significant impact between climate change as well as the finance sector itself. So Bank Indonesia Governor also stated that ASEAN central banks need to support this transition. They must show their commitment in supporting this, not only in terms of promoting or advocating this. So they have to do more. And then also to support this, the central bank governors in ASEAN, they already have a talk about green eco-financing. And for more details, here is the statement from Bank Indonesia Governor Peri Warjio.
The role of central bank. The role of central bank becoming important not only to promote, not only to advocate, but also to support the implementation of the transition, especially the transition of finance. Global initiative also working on that route. We have central bank governors on the greening of finance. On that group, we discuss how the role of central bank in initiating, promoting, as well as supporting the transition finance. This is also the commitment of Bank Indonesia.
So cooperation needed not only in terms of the ASEAN central banks, but also in the ministerial level, because more investment are actually needed to help the energy transition project. So in the ministerial level, also earlier today, there has been a talk between Indonesian Finance Minister Sri Mulyani, Singapore Finance Minister, who is also the Deputy Prime Minister, Lawrence Wong, as well as the Thailand Finance Minister, Arkom Pitayapaisit, regarding this climate change. So for Singapore, they pushed for three things, which are the importance of data, disclosure, as well as definition, meaning that each ASEAN countries needs to have the same common language regarding what could be considered as an energy transition, and also it was needed for them to have the transparency. Similar thing also being stated by Thailand, where they mentioned that for ASEAN it was really important for them to have a common goal. So in this afternoon, Indonesian Finance Minister Sri Mulyani stated that during Indonesian presidency, they have managed to renew the ASEAN taxonomy for sustainable finance, which is a guidance consists of the common language as well a policy regarding about what are the things that is considered as the energy transition. So this is actually the first regional taxonomy that deal with green energy, which is a huge thing for not only for ASEAN, but also this showed ASEAN commitment to continue to have more awareness and also to prevent the climate change. So in the future, the investment will rely on this across ASEAN countries, and tomorrow will be the last day of the summit. We'll continue to give you further updates about this. Back to the studio.
Thank you very much for that update. That was Andira Putri and also Nico Arianto, straight in Bali for the road to the ASEAN Summit, which tomorrow will be the final day. And of course, Andira and also Nico will give you an update on that.